lovely, lovely, lovely Enya connecting from Nigeria. She is an awesome soul, pretty soul. And we make it a point to come here regularly with our real life with Hina and Enya show. And this is going to be something which is very much related with the lives of the people where they cannot open up. Yeah. So thank you, Enya, for joining this show in Hina's real life with Hina and Enya show for your kind information. Yes. So let's have a rocking talk on this about how to deal with emotions. So Enya, would you just like to introduce yourself so that we can just go ahead with the topic?
Okay, hello everybody. Thank
Hello.
you for tuning in. My name is Enya S.H.A.L.A. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a mind coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm an author. And we are here to just talk about real life issues and how you can navigate them. And I celebrate Hina, my dear friend and sister, for being the mind and the brain behind this beautiful show.
Thank you so much, Enya. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You are a very beautiful soul and you are truly a rock star. Thank you for being here on this Real Life with Hina and Enya show. And well, my dear lovely people who is watching this video, let me tell you, we actually come up with the topics which is related to the real life with people, where people may feel not so very open up, or they may not feel so very true to themselves even if they want to open up something, or even they may be having some kind of resistances to open up and talk about certain issues. And here we have a transparency on certain topics where we openly speak about things that are running in the hearts and the minds of the people who are struggling in their lives. So today's topic is about dealing with emotions, or emotions, how to be handled, or emotions handling. So, well, what emotions are we are going to say this? For well, before that, let me introduce myself. This is Hina Ambreen Khan connecting from India, and I'm a former soil scientist from Indian Institute of Science, certified wellness coach, certified life coach, a motivational speaker, and an author as well. And here, whatever I talk is based on the scientific evidence, and whatever Enya also talks is based on the research work. And everything that has a research and scientific backing, we try to bring out the nuggets so that this is going to help the lives of the people so that you can take the dive into the true things or the goals that you are looking for or seeking for all your life. And if you're going to implement it in the right way, then for sure you can find lots of changes happening in your life. So, well, before we start off, Enya, as the topic is about emotions, right? So, what actually do you have to say about emotions? What are emotions and why emotions are so important that we have to deal with this?
Hmm. That's such a great question because
Yeah.
I only got to understand more about emotions in the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was brought up in a system where emotions were really undervalued. Like they
Mm-hmm.
tell you, your feelings don't count, all those kind of things. So it was just recently that I came to understand that feel emotions are actually vibrations, and they are very you what they start, or the process of it is that you start with your thoughts. So what are you thinking? Because whatever you're thinking is going to evoke an emotion,
Mm-hmm.
and that emotion is actually telling you where you are vibrationally. Now, I didn't realize that emotions actually had measuring value. Like there were low emotions and there were high emotions. I had no idea, honestly. I didn't even know how to articulate, but I know, oh, I feel a certain way. And that feeling a certain way was so potent that it affected the way that I behaved and I
Okay.
acted.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually found out that emotions are, we call them feelings, like the English language is, that's what we call
Mm-hmm.
it. The emotions
Mm-hmm.
are vibrations, it's energy,
Okay.
right? And it can be a high uh, level energy or a low level energy. So they have weight. Your
Mm.
emotions actually have weight. They have
Okay.
mass,
Mm-hmm.
they occupy space,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just in a very layman's a layman's definition. So maybe you can come from a more science-based research background.
Yeah.
So I'll leave
Okay.
that to you.
Thank you so much, Enya, for giving the highlights about this. They're very well said. As you said, it carries the weight and the mass. That's exactly true. So, well, emotions, they are the crucial aspect of human experience, and they influence how we perceive and react to the world around us. And they play a very significant role in the decision making, your social interactions, and overall well being. As per research, it has developed various theories to understand and categorize emotions, including the basic emotions theory, which actually suggests that there are small number of universal primary emotions which are shared across. Okay, so let me tell you, emotions, they are actually complex psychological, physiological responses to different kind of stimuli and the situations. Stimuli in the sense whatever is going to make you trigger. It can be the sadness, it can be the anger, it can be the happiness. That is known as the stimuli. They involve a combination of feelings, which Enya said, a subjective feeling, physiological changes, cognitive process, what's happening here, your behavioral reaction. When the thought is being processed here, how are you behaving? How are you reacting? Okay, it can be different kind of feelings, and it encompasses, the experience of your feelings. You have been experiencing some feeling from long time, and such it can be happiness, sadness, anger, fear, love, and many more things. And these are often described as mental states that have a positive or negative valence. We call it as in form of valence. Okay. And it can also be like triggering the physiological responses in the body. For example, fear. It may lead to increased heart rate. It may lead to sweating. It may lead to burning sensation around your cheeks, your neck, your ears, or a kind of alertness. You're always alert. You're like scared, looking here and there, or even happiness might also result in a relaxed and contented. If you feel happy about something for a moment, you're like, okay, let me be relaxed. If there's something that is coming or appearing in form of fear, again, you are like scared or showing an alert behavior, right? So emotions are often preceded by the cognitive appraisal, where individuals, they evaluate the situation or the stimulus, okay, in relation to the personal goal or the kind of beliefs. Here, why I have to say the belief is whatever you have brought the beliefs about a person or about the situation, about your own self, that has been carried from the past becomes your beliefs. If you are living with your beliefs, they become the reality of your life, and they become the values of your life. You understand? So this influences the emotional response. So based on all that, you are responding emotionally. Okay, and it can also be like typically expressed through facial expressions, body language, your vocal tone. These outward, somebody feels shy, or somebody is like showing that I'm very much expressive or angrily kind of person, or somebody show they are very timid or very like scared of things. And there are so many phobias. So these outward expression, they convey one's emotional state to others, that aids in social communication. So looking at a person, you can understand. See, because when I was doing my IAS, that is a bureaucracy exam, so we were very much taught about the body language, how you have to sit, how you have to keep your hands on the chair, what shows your confidence from your body, how you have to keep your chin, your eye contact, everything, how you stand, how you talk, how you shake your hand. All these things matter with your body language, and these are also because of the emotions that are running inside you and how you have conditioned your mindset. And also, different emotions, it can lead to specific action tendencies. For example, anger. Okay, so it may prompt aggressive behavior in a person, while fear can actually motivate, like you're either escaping or you're trying to avoid. This is what happens. That may not be shown to the world like they are escaping from something or they're trying to avoid, but that is out of anger. You understand? Or that is out
Right.
of fear. And it can also be, emotions can vary in duration and intensity. For long term, people may be sad, or for long term, they may be having the anger issues and all that. Some are
Yeah.
fleeting and mild, while others can be intense and long lasting. So this is what emotions will be described as in this first state. Yeah. So Enya,
Yeah.
I would, yeah, so I would like to ask you, why are actually emotions existing? We have just spoken about first, let me before coming to why emotions exist, why are emotions so very important? First, let us understand this, so the audience can also understand, the viewers can understand why emotions are very important. Because many people feel that no, 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 let me be positive, positive, positive. They get into the toxicity of trying to remain positive, and that puts them down in their life all the time, and they remain so frustrated because they wanted to
Yes.
remain that positive, though they have not accepted
Right.
that it has to be both the sides, the positive and the negative side, and how to handle that. If they handle it properly, then they will be moving on. Otherwise, they are like, yeah, they will confine themselves within a shell, and they either have a lot of repercussions because of that. So why emotions are important, Enya? Can you just describe about this?
You know, we are created as emotional beings. Imagine life
Mm,
without emotion. So
mm,
imagine life without joy. Imagine life
mm,
without, happiness and all of that. But you see, because we operate in a law-based universe,
mm,
so we have what is called the law of polarity. And the law of polarity states that there are two sides to everything. And you can't separate them because if you take a coin or look, this is my glass case cannot have this front if it doesn't have this back.
mm,
So there's nothing in the world that has been created that is just one-sided.
mm,
So there is,
mm,
for every emotion, there
mm,
is an opposite emotion. And that's the way we were created. So
mm,
if you're absent of emotion, then there is something fundamentally not right, right?
mm.
Every
Yeah.
single emotion that exists in this plane of life is necessary for our growth and development. I know that we've been often told that, be positive, you have to always remain positive, but emotions need to be processed.
Exactly.
So it's no matter how much of a positive person you are, there will be days where you'll have that opposite feeling. The difference, and we're talking about managing emotions, the difference is, first of all, that you acknowledge your emotions. Don't suppress them.
Mm,
Okay? Because I'm doing like a program, and the person was saying that, you see, the emotion of anxiety is suppressed. It's a suppressed emotion.
mm,
And that's why it causes all these depression and all of these things, because it is suppressed.
mm,
Emotions are not to be suppressed. And the
mm,
only way that you're going to navigate an emotion like anxiety and worry is to, first of all, acknowledge that it is there.
mm.
Acknowledge that it is. And
Yeah.
why is it there? Why is it there?
Mm,
You know, I'm anxious about this, I'm worried about this.
mm,
And because you want to deal with it,
mm,
you suppress it, pretend that you're not anxious, but you are, and it's working havoc in your body. But once
mm,
you're able to, and okay, so this is where I am at this moment. I feel anxious about so and so and so. The next thing is, what can I do about it? Because when you make a decision, it kind of suspends that working of anxiety. And you are very much into physiological, things. Normally, when we're anxious and worried, it does secrete a hormone, right?
mm. Yeah. Cortisol
Right,
hormone. It's
right.
a stress hormone. Yeah.
Yes, the stress hormone, right? And that hormone also dictates the way you feel.
Mm,
But when you make a decision and you say, okay, so this is the issue, you bring it out, you expose it. This is the issue. I'm worried about this. I'm anxious about this. So, what can I do? Once you make a decision on that issue, it kind of dissolves the anxiety.
a fundamental aspect of human experience, which influence our relationships, as Enya said, decision making, and overall mental and emotional health. So let me first tell you, actually, how it can have an impact. See, emotions are very important. Why? See, birds, they communicate through their voice. Plants, they communicate how? They have a different kind of signaling. And we humans, we can very well communicate by talking or with our actions or with our emotions, right? So they are severe. They serve as a form of non-verbal communication, allowing us to convey our feelings and intention to others. They help us to connect and understand each other on a deeper, also helps in decision making, which Enya also said. They play a very crucial role in decision making. They provide valuable information about our preferences, values, our potential risks that we take, helping us to make the choices, what we can do it in our life. or for our well-being, or for the kind of goals that we want. How you are going to adapt yourself to the certain environment. It can be any kind of environment, which is bothering or which is happy. For example, why I'm talking more about fear is because this is a higher range of emotion which anybody will feel. Fear, for example, it is always going to exist in you. You can't run out of fear. But having too much of fear is going to hamper your growth. So it can
Right.
fear, it can signal danger or trigger a fight or flight response. While happiness, it can reinforce a positive feeling or a positive fear, behavior and social bond. Social bonding emotions, they foster social connections. They enable us to empathize with others, offer support, build relationships. Without emotions, human interactions would be just lacking the depth and richness. It is like you're talking to a dead soul. You understand? If you don't have that bonding or that emotions. So when you are having emotions, see, many people say, I'm sensitive. Being overly sensitive is not wrong. But actually, thing is, it is said, oh, you're so sensitive. For every little bit of thing, you start crying. No, that's okay, because they are bonded with those kind of emotions in them to that level. It can be because of their experiences, childhood experience, or because of the past, or because of the things that are happening with them. So when they are fostering these social connections, so it helps in, building the relation and also the mental health. Emotions, they are very essential for mental health. Acknowledging and expressing emotions, they can help prevent emotional suppression, which can lead to psychological issues. It's crucial that you have to manage and understand the emotions for overall well-being. Okay. So, Enya, I would like to ask you, why are, people so scared to handle their emotions, or they lack this, knowledge of handling emotions? So, is it important to handle emotions?
Oh, yes. I found out that, like we're in this room and there's light. Imagine if the light goes out now. Once the light goes out now, and I'm looking for something, I'll need to grope around for it because there's no clarity. I can't see. And I think a lot of people are afraid of emotions because they are very strong and they have not learned how to handle them. And we've also been taught more to accept the higher, positive, joyful, pleasurable emotions. And we haven't really been taught how to handle the really deep, darker ones. And once you have knowledge and once you educate yourself on what emotions are, which is why we're doing this, having this conversation today, once you're able to educate yourself on what emotions are, then you can begin to learn how to manage them because emotions have to be managed. And
Exactly.
managing emotions is choosing how to express those emotions in a healthy way because there is a healthy way to
To
express
express.
emotions.
Exactly.
Yes. For a long
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
I used to have really deep, dark moods.
Okay.
My personality type
Mm.
then was melancholic.
Mhm.
Melancholies, they have these deep moods. I used to be like that.
Mhm.
I didn't know how to handle them. And when I go
Mhm.
into that place, that's the people around me. And I remember I had an experience once where I went into that place, and I'm sure it was either God or my higher self telling me, you got into this, you better get yourself out. And so I learned then that it's the thoughts that produce the emotions. So if you're having emotions of fear, anger, check the thoughts
Mm.
and you'll find the reasons why those emotions are evoked. Now, there's nothing wrong with them. The thing is, look at them in a healthy way. They are there to help you. They are here to advance you. Your emotions are actually telling you something. And when you listen to them, you can have a better way to handle them. That's why it's important that you get educated about them because they are very powerful but critical in our
Exactly.
lives. So right. So you can't not care about them. You need to understand them, what they are, and their function and how you can channel them to your growth and development. I
True,
hope that
true,
makes sense.
true, true. Exactly. That is because, you have to exist with these emotions. Without emotions, you can't exist. As it is said, it is very important to handle the emotions. It can be, otherwise it's going to affect your mental and emotional health. If you're not able to manage your emotions, it can lead to anxiety, depression, stress. And once you learn how well you can handle them, see, every person has both the sides, the positive and the negative side. When you are able to handle both, then you can manage your life, you can handle your life well, and you will become emotionally intelligent, whether it is in form of your relationships, whether it is decision making. Okay, and it will not be like, it's going to prevent from impulsive or regrettable choices of whatever decisions you have made. It can also impact your health in a negative way. Like, if you're not able to manage your emotions, it's going to affect your health very badly, especially in women, because they have this emotional imbalance, where because of this hormonal, they are going, synchronicity exists, emotions and hormonal imbalance both happening together. So you have to be very careful about it. Even you have to be having that self awareness, understanding why, what is that that is triggering me, how do I behave, do I react or I respond, how well can I manage these emotions if this is happening. So even the productivity of yours goes down if you are not able to manage your emotions. There'll be a lot of conflicts happening when you're not able to manage emotions. And also you will
Yeah.
lose that resilience in you. Why? Because you're not better equipped how to bounce back from the setbacks or any kind of adversity that is coming in your life. You feel like everything is gone. You either get into total anger issues or total, sadness issues. So this is very essential that you have to handle your emotions. Otherwise, you will lose upon your health. And what happens, as I said, if you are not handling all these problems, your mental, your physical, your emotional well being, everything goes haywire. Well, there are certain scientific techniques. And before that, yeah. Anya, I would just like to give the scientific techniques to the audience here. Okay. Shall I go ahead with it?
Go ahead. Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. See, like mindfulness and meditation, it helps you a lot when you are just focusing on something, on your thoughts and feelings, on your breath. And studies have shown that regular meditation, that is mindfulness meditation, it will reduce stress, it will improve your emotional regulation, and it will enhance your overall well-being. And even emotional regulation strategies, like, identifying and labeling the emotions, reappearing with the situation again, using a relaxation exercise. It's like for every 1 hour, sit in a silent mode, sit at just a silent mode for every minute, for every 1 hour, 1 minute, every 1 hour, 1 minute, simply sitting in silence. It helps you to improve a lot. Social support. You're not able to get out of this problem, then you have to seek a support through a coach or a mentor or a counselor. Exercise, some kind of exercise, because this releases happy hormones inside your body, and this will uplift your mood. Healthy lifestyle, for sure, this is the basic foundation. Proper food, adequate sleep, reducing alcohol or caffeine intake, having, good amount of thoughts, or surrounding yourself with such kind of people, that's really a healthy lifestyle that is needed for you to balance your emotions. Deep breathing and relaxation techniques, they also help to reduce stress and anxiety. And also at the same time, we call it as biofeedback and neurofeedback. This involves monitoring your physiological responses, that is your heart rate, your brain activity, how you can control them. Immediately you have this panic attack, immediately your brain is wandering, how you can control, sit in calm. So all this improves. There are different therapies, and especially coaches and mentors definitely help you. And I and India, we are there to help you. Connect with us. You can, get to know about a lot taking this. So I think we have spoken a lot about this, Enya, and okay, and for sure we are going to come up with the new topics. Thank you so much, Enya, for sharing all the beautiful nuggets here, helping the world. Thanks a lot. God bless.
Thank you. Okay, bye.